Whereas now it is very different, because I think we look back to like the generation of like Friends, the TV show, and like everybody who has watched that, you kind of think, oh my goodness, like I don't think like it's quite rare for friendships like that to still exist. People who live close enough to each other that they can maintain those friendships, that there's that many people in the group, you know, that there's it's just it's one of those things that it's changed so much that actually it's not a failure not to have that. And it might be there's seasons of friendship as well, just as you said then. But I think our perception of friendships and expectations of friendships can sometimes lead ourselves to feeling like we've fallen short, when actually it's just the whole environment has changed.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that, honestly. Like, I don't feel like that exists anymore. If it does, it's just like a much smaller reality. And if it was definitely the case from previous generations, but right now it's really about prioritizing yourself, meaning that the quest of finding who you are and
The
everything.
quest.
Yeah, I think so. It's about, okay, I need to find out who I am and everything. And like all those changes obviously naturally make you become more picky with friendships as well, you know, like because you don't really make as many friends out of convenience. So yeah, definitely.
But it's not always good. I think we could all do with a dose of the friendship from the Friends, the TV show. But sadly, it's just quite hard to find, because I think perhaps, like, hear me out here, but because we can do anything and find out who we are and perhaps have that selfishness that we've never really been able to indulge before, it's really limited the depth of friendships that we can develop as easily. I don't think any of it's obsolete. I don't think any of it's extinct, but I just think it's way more difficult to find.
I feel like I'm not sure, honestly, if it's because of the change of environment that it's hard to find. I feel like in general, it's hard to find. It's about luck. It's about it's about a lot of factors. Finding someone you actually connect with on a deep level.
And do you think that's more difficult than before?
I think it's the same.
Yeah.
I think it was just easier to stick with the same people, even if you weren't as connected before, because you didn't have the choice to just change at some point. Whereas right now you have the choice. It might seem more difficult, but if I think about it, like I don't know if even the previous generation might have like so many friends they were so connected with, like so deep friendships. Talking about experience now, I feel like a lot of people are not really genuine in their friendships. They tend to shape themselves based on the person they're with, so they can be friends. So, for example, I know you don't like ice cream, just a stupid example, and then I would never talk about ice cream with you, you know. But maybe I'm really fond of ice cream, and then you know it's just I'm limiting who I am then to fit in your space, and it happens quite naturally then in specific environments like school, university, because like you have to stick together. Now, I don't know how the situation is in Scotland or in Italy, or like the 5 years of high school, you have to stick with the same people. You don't change class. So you need to like them. Whether you like them or not, you need to like them and you need to be liked. So you tend to do that. And then at some point you're free and you're able to be who you are, especially if you do something like me when you just travel around and you're like, no one judges you because like you're new every time. So you don't have a past in a sense, and you really recreate yourself, and you take off the pressure of being liked so much.